Many years ago, in a forgotten little village, there lived a poor boy named George. He had no shoes to wear. His clothes were torn, his shirt was faded, and his trousers had holes. From the outside, George looked like he had nothing, but deep inside, he carried something priceless, a dream. Every morning, George walked miles on dusty roads, barefoot, just to reach his school. His feet would bleed, but he never stopped. What was his dream? Not money, not fame. He wanted to invent something that could change lives, something simple yet powerful. At night, George's small house remained in darkness. His mother sold sweet potatoes in the market, but she could not afford a lamp. George would look at her tired face and whisper to himself, "One day, I will bring light into this house." So he started collecting garbage, old wires, broken radios, dead batteries. Things others threw away became George's treasure. With dirty hands and a hopeful heart, he tried to build a solar lamp. But the first lamp smoked and burned. The second failed to charge. The third broke into pieces during the school contest. The children laughed at him. "You're just a poor boy," one said. "Go sell potatoes like your mother," another mocked. George's eyes filled with tears, but his heart said, "Don't stop." At night, he begged the butcher for old newspapers. Under a flickering candle, he read about great inventors. He visited an old electrician in the village, asking questions again and again. The man finally told him, "Boy, you truly want to learn, don't you?" George replied, "Yes, I want to help my mother." The man smiled. "Then promise me one thing. Never give up." From that day, George worked harder than ever. His stomach was often empty, but his mind was full of ideas. His hands were rough, his eyes tired, but his dream kept burning like fire. One morning, the headmaster made an announcement. "Children, listen! A rich merchant is visiting our school next week. He is looking for young inventors. There will be a prize." The class buzzed with excitement. George stayed quiet, but his best friend Maya leaned close and whispered, "George, this is your chance. Don't let it pass." That night, George gave everything he had. He rewired broken pieces, fixed old glass, and repaired the dead battery. Finally, the lamp flickered on. 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. It worked! On the day of the contest, children showed toy cars, drawings, and science posters. George stood nervously, holding his box. This is my solar lamp," he said, voice trembling. He switched it on. The room lit up with bright, steady light. The judges gasped. The rich merchant stepped forward. "Where did you get these parts?" he asked. George looked him in the eye. "From the garbage." The room fell silent. Then the merchant smiled. "This is exactly what we were looking for." George won. Newspapers wrote about the poor boy who built light from trash. The merchant's company gave him a scholarship. Soon, George's lamps lit homes all over the village. Children could study at night. Mothers could cook in light. And George, he never stopped inventing.